Hi there, thanks for clicking play and thanks for showing interest in the Leadership Academy. My name's Adrian Close. I'm the Director of Learning at Ultimate Leadership Training. I've worked as a training consultant now for around about 20 years. I've specialised in leadership management, coaching and HR. And what I've been concentrating on over the last few years is my leadership programme. So this is it here. I work with around about 10 clients a year. It's a 12-month action-focused leadership programme. And it follows a specific pattern of modules or courses that I deliver. And these are one-day courses, and they're usually from 9:30 till sort of 4:30. Management skills, leadership skills, managing time, communication skills, that sort of stuff. And there's 12 of those that I work through, and I deliver one a month usually. It's very action focused. So after the training, there's always a task to complete. And I've had a lot of inquiries recently where companies have had 1, 2, 3, 4 people who are being promoted to manager, who are manager, that they've had no training. So of course they're finding it a little bit difficult. And can they come on one of the programs, on one of the open programs? And unfortunately they can't. You know, I've been delivering these programs to organizations and companies, sort of councils, DEFRA down in Whitehall, Slater Gordon, Stanley Black and Decker. So lots of different types of companies. And of course, we're talking about their businesses, and we can't really invite people in. So what I've done instead is I've come up with, or I've designed, an online leadership and management training academy that also comes with live virtual weekly support from me. So they get me every single week answering their questions. There's also, I've wanted to do this for a long time. One of the issues that I thought was, how can I make people accountable, and also how can I support them? Well, I do the virtual support through a private Facebook group, so it's only the members of the academy get into that group, and that's where I go live and I answer their questions and I offer extra support and things like that. How can I keep them accountable? So I've set up also an accountability group, and that keeps them accountable for setting their weekly goals, whether that's team related, whether that's academy related. So there's the accountability group that makes a difference. Honestly, it really does. It makes a difference. And also, I've created this sort of this document that you will get, that you receive, or their managers, their line managers receive, so that they can see what type of training that they're doing, what where they should be at specific months, and how they can offer their support, and how they can sort of take the learner's reflections forwards and say, right, what have you learned? How are you implementing it into your job? What are you going to do with this delegation skills activity? What are you delegating so far? So it's a really powerful training tool. I don't want you to think that it's just a one of these sort of cartoon-based videos. It's me presenting, and sometimes I'm using PowerPoint. I shall show you. So I will share now a sneaky peek of what the inside of the academy looks like. And here we go. So each member will have to be logged in differently. So if you've got 2 members, you have to log them in differently. There's a fee, obviously, and you use their email address. So once you've logged a team member in, automatically they'll go onto the mail out list specifically for this academy. There's no marketing in there or nothing like that. What they do is they'll get an email from me saying when I'm going live. They will get an email from me saying things like, these are automated emails. So once they've joined, they can't just think, oh, I want to learn about appraisals and meeting skills. They can't do that. They have to start at the beginning. So they have to start and go through the management skills. Now there's 12 modules up there. So I'm suggesting one a month, and it's going to be usually around sort of 3-4 hours a week that they're going to put into the academy. And then also the practical application that they can take away and put it into their team. I've written a few books, and what I wanted to do with the books, the manager skills, the leadership skills and things like that, is I wanted them to create immediate impact. Like this academy, I want it to be immediate. I want you to know that something has changed, that this person has changed because of the management module. So when they come in, there's a welcome video from me. And then also they instantly have access to this for the first month. 30 days later, they will get an email from me because they're part of this email sort of group, and then they will have access to the leadership skills. I don't want them just going bum, 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 bum all the way across, because that's absolutely pointless. I want them to go through here. I want them to formulate their own training goals. I want them to join the accountability group, which if they wanted to, which is just here, and that link will send them straight off to the group. And then we start talking about, there's a little bit of a presentation from me. So with this one here, we'll talk about, I will use my whiteboard in the background in the office, and there's a little activity down here. There's a warning of not to move past until they've actually attempted this. And then obviously we go on to this one here, and then there is the solution. When we go to the values-based one, for example, there's 2 videos. On here, there's values discovery, and then there is also meeting your values. So there's 2 activities that they print off and they take away. When they come to, let's say, emotional intelligence. So on emotional intelligence, there are 3 videos, and here is an ebook. So here is a test paper. So they will do their emotional intelligence test paper. That's the first thing they need to do. So they need to stop the academy. It's all in the instructions in the video. Stop the academy, print off this paper here, and go and complete it. They'll complete that, and then they will have their results. And then this is what this talks about. This little sheet up here is an activity. So here is the here is the activity here. It says ebook, that needs to change. So here is the activity here, and that is understanding emotional intelligence. They will go away and they will look at that within their team or their organization. Then this one here rounds it all up and then introduces to this self-study ebook for emotional intelligence, something that I've put together so that they can take it away, they can read it, and then they can then start to set up their emotional intelligence, their goals for emotional intelligence. Let's go back to the management. At the bottom of here, and at the bottom of every single one, is reflections. So within the reflections, I'm explaining, there's a model here on reflective processes. So this is the module 1, if you like, the management reflections, and it's teaching them how to be reflective. Now, I'm not daft, and I know that some people will write a script and some people will write 2 words. I'm usually the one that will reflect, writing 2 words or a short phrase, whatever floats their boat, whatever gets them to reflect. I don't want them to fill in a diary. I don't want them to fill in sort of reams and reams of paper on how they're feeling. I just want them to do bullet points if that's what they do, because that's what I would do. And I also appreciate there are some learners out there who will do a lot more because that's how they work. And then down here, this is a self-reflection diary, so it's this one here, and there's also further pages for them to reflect for the whole week, and then they can obviously print off as they go. But I want them to leave every single module and then reflecting and having a look at this reflective process. I'm sure that all makes sense. Now, as you can see on here, there is a hell of a lot more that we go through than I can do in a 9:30 to 4:30 face-to-face training. Things like KPIs. I don't go through KPIs in the 1-day course. I can, but it's got to then sort of go into a separate session. I don't go into motivation really on a 1-day course. Don't really go into, I touch on goal setting, but don't really go into it. Don't really go into managing remote teams. But I can do on this, and your team are going to learn a lot more by going through this academy than they would in a traditional face-to-face training course, if you like. So you can see the modules at the top. We've got a welcome video from me, then it's management skills, leadership skills, managing time, communication skills, recruitment and selection, culture, strategy and change management, HR skills for managers, coaching skills, team building skills, difficult people and managing conflict, or dealing with difficult people and managing conflict. I don't think the dealing could fit on. Appraisals and meeting skills, and then mentoring skills. And that's it, really. That's what the academy is about. It's set for those people that have either been trained and you need a little bit more of a refocus, or it's set for those people that you struggle to get away from the business, to send them on a full day a month, Or if you've got people in different countries, this works really, really well, because then it standardizes the information that you get. Or if you've got people who are working from home, or people who are working in the office, or if they're doing a little bit of both, obviously they can log in wherever they want to, and then they can progress through the academy. There will be a progress bar. That's not up and running just yet, but there will be a progress bar at the bottom, and it will show them, and they'll get the ticks here, and it will show them their progress as they go through. And then they get this this big pat on their back, and a big, it's not a certificate as such, but it's kind of like a virtual sort of well done certificate for passing their module, for their management skills module, if you like. And that's it. I think it's pretty unique. I think the key strengths of this is it can be done within their own time. It can be done at 24 hours a day. It's got the support that they need. If there's any question, I want to be there for them. I want to pass on that information. Again, if I do a one-day course, which is manager skills, and then leave, it's down really to the course organizer. It could be their manager, it could be the HR manager, or whoever it is. It's then their kind of responsibility to ensure that there's progression after. With this one, and with this one as well, you know, I do say you can contact me if you've got any issues, and some people do. But with this one, it's a constant. I'm constantly reminding them about the Facebook group. There's going to be bonuses that are going into the Facebook group. It's going to be an exciting group to be part of. It's like I said, there's going to be the bonuses, and then in the future, what I want to do, in the not too distant future, I want to then organize some Zoom get-togethers. So this will be a like what's holding you back type session. So I don't want to know specifics about companies and, you know, the different the issues that they're getting and all that sort of stuff. But what I do want them to do is say, right, I've got this problem. We don't know which company they work for, or the other learners in there don't. So I've got this issue. Has anybody got any ideas? Adrian, what would you do in this scenario? And then if it's really sort of private and confidential, then they can contact me on Messenger, and I can offer the support then as well. In some of those, just before I finish, in some of those modules, they also get all the paperwork. So they'll use your paperwork. They'll be encouraged to use your paperwork. If you haven't got the paperwork, for example, CV screening forms, interview forms, then they're all provided. There is a PIP process that I've used in my businesses, performance improvement plan, that leads potentially to disciplinary. So all of those are in there, and you get them. So you can compare with what you've got, or if you haven't got that specific thing, then you can use mine. That's absolutely fine, because it's all part of the academy. They will be, yes, there we go. So hopefully that's answered your questions. If you'd like any further information, do get in touch. There'll be a contact us tab down below this video, or you can email at support@adrianclose.com, and then I will get back to you. Okay, thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day. Cheers.